Last day of investigations for the final case. Let's get going! After escaping from that battle board of a courtroom, Jesus Christ, I've never seen people go insane that much. Well, then again, we did get crossed over with the Marvel Universe, so I don't know what to think.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
I'm more sorry for what she caused.
She caused the entire corp
seriously,
to kill
it's
each
borderline masochistic. I know there's a reason behind it, but still.
Yeah. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
And poor Edgeworth got the brunt of the blast.
Yeah.
And again, this is another case where Edgeworth gets bombarded and doesn't have a minute of truth from the beginning.
Maybe this is why he and Gumshoe are best friends. They feel each other's pain.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I never knew that the XIII incident was just another word for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Well, you weren't involved, but you might have to be now.
It was years ago. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
And are you eating snackoos over there? Eddie, what do you mean by what happened to you?
These snackoos are actually pretty yummy. It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecuted in the open.
Now I'm imagining Emma telling her sad backstory all while eating
like ice cream or
well, that's pretty much what she does in Apollo Justice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in future games, all she does is eat.
Oh yeah, my sister. She used me It's a very traumatizing experience for me.
Are really good.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm so depressed about it. Trust me. It's a very traumatic.
Well, Pedro.
Like
then again, when you think
the Goonies, he gets depressed and then immediately trucks himself with food.
What? He
Pedro,
tried to
makes sense.
kill you?
Comforty thing.
Officer Barthel's brother.
It's okay eating, but the words must still be, understandable.
Yeah. So that
But we
means
understood what
you-
that meant.
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
The even more sad thing is that when you think about it, eating is a way to sometimes cope with depression. Ooh, I didn't see that one coming. So, let's talk about that.
Alright.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, cold.
Okay, Emma, I think you've had enough.
There was a terrible firestorm that day.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. She couldn't even get me a babysitter. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Oh,
Wow, this story sounds awfully familiar.
and suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
Yeah, with a name like that, I'm not surprised he turned out evil.
Yeah.
Seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me.
Honestly, I've seen that kind of silhouette already somewhere. I just can't figure where.
It's basically the two types of names that you can give that basically spell out the destiny of that person. If it's something like Joe Dark, it's destined to become an evil murderer. If
Or
it's
Maleficent.
or if it's something like Joe Spartan, he's pretty much destined to become a porn star.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I wanted to get it.
Yeah.
What she said.
And the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant.
And then lightning returned.
No!
I take my hat off to you, Jova.
Yes. You see, this
Sorry,
is
Mr.
very
Wright, I helped
important.
myself to some of your Pringles.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
When I saw them as a permanent picture in my mind, I I can still see it now.
PTSD.
Well, that's no stranger to the Ace Attorney universe. A permanent
Nope.
picture.
After the incident. No, sorry, permanent picture.
What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Oh,
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Yes, and then William Marshall stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
Ouch.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out.
Understandable, given the
Well,
situation.
I'd pass out if I saw someone murder someone.
especially if I'm supposed to be a little girl, you know.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Aw.
Poor Emma, you've been through so much.
I mean, she's 16 now, so how old was she at that point?
14, I think, right, Jova?
14, yeah.
It's usually about 2 years ago, so.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. It's like lyrics to that Eminem song. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14.
There you go.
That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to know if that's part of my testimony.
Okay, Emma, enough snacks for now. This is,
Well, Emma, you'll still be able to do that, just not in the way that you think.
And find the evidence in an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about
You
that
can see kind of
crime.
a pattern here in these characters.
I don't remember the moment when Dark
Fits
stabbed
the lore
Mr.
of his word,
Marshall.
actually.
Come to think of it, practically every single assistant has a tragic backstory when you think
Well,
about
not
it.
just that. Even characters like Edward, Gumshoe, and such. Since
yeah.
the world around them has always been, and it is today, dystopic, dark, and shit.
Well,
They do their best to find justice and truth.
well, the Japanese love tragedy in their stories. Like
What
it's
makes
always
it
been.
work in the Ace Attorney universe is like, well, I mean, yeah, when you get down to it, practically every single main character has a tragic backstory, but what makes it work is that they're varied enough so that it doesn't feel too mundane and same.
Shall we add Darkstar to the call?
Let's try adding him after this Ace Attorney part since, Deji's also around, so we'll be able to do a zero mission part.
Yes, but I'm sure you didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started.
On second thought, Dweebs, go ahead and add Darkstar.
The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean, it's all my fault.
Ugh.
If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
When you think about it, Edgeworth technically did use falsified evidence, but he had no idea of the sort.
Jova, do we have to remind you once again about the updated autopsy report?
Well, that wasn't so much falsifying, he was actually legit about the updated autopsy report. Phoenix just happened to get that early. I know, it definitely
It's
seems...
a running joke between everyone.
Okay,
I know, it does seem a bit shifty, but that's apparently how it is now in the canon. Especially with Rise of the Ashes now apparently verifying that. Guess you
Okay,
could
what
say
did I
it's
miss?
early installment weirdness. Okay, Darkstar, tragic backstory, so go ahead to 10 minutes.
Hold on, I'll give you the link.
What is it?
Something that's puzzling me, Emma. You
By
said
the way-
you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
By the way, Jova, something for you in the chat that you need to know.
That's right.
Then why would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that,
Okay,
but he was being
Doctor,
chased by a prosecutor.
3, 2,
I'm still getting on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning?
I'll do it at 10:30.
You mean by the
All right.
police?
Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Alright, Dark Star 3, 2, 1, click.
Because the detective office is in the questioning room, right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force because everyone else was shit.
What? That's news to me!
After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
I will do theme is growing on me thanks to hearing it again in Project Cross Zone 2.
Which theme, sorry?
Phoenix's
The
theme.
Pursuit theme.
Okay.
I better
corner
have another
theme.
talk with Lana.
That's the corner theme. Everyone loves the corner theme.
Corner
Yep.
theme is still ranked as #1 music piece.
For some reason, it makes me think of Harpooia from Mega Man Zero.
Might make sense.
Alright, back to the attention center.
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Dang straight you are!
Well,
Yeah.
if you weren't such stubborn.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Coo, 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 coo.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty!
But Lada, it's the principle of the thing. Believe me, I understand.
Cyborg.
Lana.
I think she
Oh,
is.
Mr.
Emma told me
Roboto.
about you.
Oh? What did
About
she
how
say?
you were a detective 2 years ago.
Oh,
And
that.
how the SL9
Okay.
incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
You suppose?
Yeah.
Everyone makes puns.
Siri?
Right?
She was amazing.
The mute button decided not to work.
They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant? Sure.
Then he was the vice head of criminal affairs. But,
Damon
Damon
Gant.
Gant.
Oh, sorry.
Is that me?
Yeah.
What are we
They were
now
My
it's
background
ever.
doesn't work
They solved
with you,
crimes before the... Oh.
Emma really idolizes her sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
And the reason that was
To gain experience investigating crime scenes, you can later use that experience in court.
Yeah.
Gant's help in the XIII case was critical in this resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Well. Timing. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. But first, about
reckon
today's
you
trial. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least
Ace
of
of
which
Turkey
was
revelations.
the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen. I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it?
No, not really.
I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
You betrayed me, Lana.
I treated you like a princess, and now you betrayed me. How could you love him?
It couldn't be helped, Emma.
Dun, dun, dun.
At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Of course you did.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Storrs said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife.
I think
Lana, I don't
that better figured
understand.
out.
Why won't you tell us? Why are you being such a stubborn bitch?
Yeah.
Well, she actually has reasons.
Go figure.
I can talk a high-pitched glee myself if I want to.
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before.
I've never seen her look anything before. 2 years ago, I was second in command at the detectives investigating Doc.
Second in command? That means the chief detective was, no doubt, Damon Gant?
Yes, Detective Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
For some reason that when you said Damon, I thought, wait, he's Damien from the
Not
No,
quite.
it's Damon. We led a team of the best detectives on the force.
Yeah, each one dressed up as a freak.
These are the best detectives.
Apparently
Yeah.
getting
Yeah, this
fired
is like
is what made them all
L.A.
dumb.
Noire.
Like literally, Spectre Gadget, a borderline prostitute that sells lunches, and a cowboy.
Apparently they were all better when they were on the
It's
job.
like
Yeah.
It's like something out of a classic episode of Scooby-Doo.
Apparently, according to...
Now would have,
Joe Doc was a serial killer.
and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that stupid meddling kid.
That meddling attorney and that dumb girl. That was when the last murder took place.
I'm back.
when he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Mars was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us! I'm just learning
Well-
everything on this last day of investigations, aren't I?
I guess.
Detective Gant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Doc that day. Well, it makes sense considering she wanted to be sent down at the beginning.
True. Have to
The
earn her
investigation
trust.
was in its final stages, when Doc must have panicked. He waited for Gant and Marshall to let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Detective Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
Ugh, talk about the wrong place, the wrong time.
And now the girl is permanently scarred.
So you were the first person to
course.
run to the scene, Lana?
It appears so.
Hmm.
I was finding some papers.
Anime covering the game or something.
Yeah?
Is anime covering the first game or something?
The anime he's talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
Oh, yeah, it's covering both the first and the second one, apparently, for the first season.
At least. We don't know if it covers also the
Free bodies?
third yet.
Yeah, it was a
Prosecutor
mess in there.
Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out.
And the
Corner.
suspect, Joe Doc.
I know Gasai was involved with that murder.
During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died.
Not quite that bloody, Dark Star.
but that makes it funny unintentionally.
Joe Dark had incurred a
Good.
minor injury, and
What did you do?
to be honest, I panicked.
I panicked.
I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
It's gotta be a
Rockabye,
scary scene.
God. Wait, where am I going with
I don't know. Can't blame her. After all her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
You told that to the unconscious body.
Hey, at least
Yeah.
you read
Yeah,
his
we dragged him
rights.
out of the
the
room
right
at that
to
point.
remain silent.
Let me get this straight.
Oh wait.
You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
Yes, even that
That
police officer
was
back
the
there.
SL9 incident. God, Phoenix.
I don't buy it.
Excuse me?
What are you saying?
Think about it. There's no way everyone involved in this trial was involved in that incident just by chance.
Phoenix doesn't believe in coincidences.
Oh, come on, he's just a big, happy family.
fate?
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marsh. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well.
Something's fishy.
I like fish.
Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
Wow, that
And he
was so
still
nice.
has retained that stupid album teeth.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
Is that supposed to be a commentary on the game itself?
That would be actually
That's what
interesting.
therapy is for.
That case just might not be over yet. Oh, Shiroi, Dual Destinies has shown that no amount of therapy will be able to completely eradicate that sort of stuff. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department.
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
What a memorial place. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder.
Bye then.
Yeah.
Bye!
Things are getting a little awkward here. We'll
Rude
get
much?
back to you on that later.
Yeah.
Alright, February 24,
Criminal
police
affairs.
department, blah blah blah.
Alright.
I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Oh.
He couldn't afford to pay to work.
Poor bastard.
Seems
So now he has
kinda
to pay to
quiet.
work now?
He hasn't gotten
Yes.
that many pay cuts yet, Dwibs. Yet. You're right.
Poor guy.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later.
Hey, look at that nice detective novel.
Yeah, it's nice. Ooh, Agatha
Guys-
Christie.
Actually, the guy was writing a novel. Look, he even switched his
Oh,
computer off.
department entrance.
Oh,
Still with the blue badge. Oh, you again.
Ew.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning.
No one ever thinks that, but they all learn in due time.
Que sera, sera. You never know where life leads you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up the... Wait, old Billy? Who the hell is Billy?
Under my lap.
Must
Oh,
be
yeah,
his
it's a
pet
big name.
cactus.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not sure if I
isn't
should laugh
the
at
name of his
laugh
cactus?
at
Yeah,
silence.
Yeah.
you told us before, I think.
Say,
Say,
where are you
headed? Oh, sorry. Well, just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back.
Translation, I'm
Yay.
under arrest.
Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
It's tempted to do a joke,
Mr.
but it just
Marshall.
pointed on you, so...
Why did you do it?
And don't
Why did
try
I
and
do
use the
what?
excuse that you're stupid.
Why do prospectors head west?
Why do their shit in the woods?
If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one.
Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marco, would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
And how you
Be honest about it.
How you come to win the award for worst detective ever?
Oh, cool. We can look at the videotape and the evidence. That's neat.
We saw it for like 3 gazillion times.
Looks like I'll be getting a steak lunch today.
Sorry. This time the information comes for free.
Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so.
Following your intuition, I see. And what do you mean, fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon.
The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip?
That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
How do you spell autopsy?
AUTOPSY.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim
Jova, I think he was
sustained.
being sarcastic.
Question answered, case solved.
What does that mean?
It means
Sarcasm.
there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon.
Sarcasm.
No.
What does that really mean?
She
Oh.
has a point. Ugh.
However,
Remember,
there
Butch,
were,
he's American. He doesn't quite get sarcasm, even though he thinks he might.
however, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility was being raised.
Very funny, my fellow British man, woman.
That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SCWRM incident left behind.
The Americans do not
You-
always pick
you-
up sarcasm.
Hey Bambina, hey Bambina, you wanna
What?
know where I got these scars?
No, but I already got this one.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors
We
around.
surely got the brains in the family.
I just went detective when it went down. It was our first case together. You see, unlike you, I actually managed to work together with my sibling on crimes. Na 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 na.
Time and a place.
Yeah, is
but
that something to be proud of?
He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You don't mean...
Yes, this stupid trophy that, whatever. The king of the prosecutors thing.
Not that again.
I know. Why are you looking at me like that for? It's not like I designed it. It's an honor for a prosecutor.
I honestly want to know, did Konami have anything to do with that trophy?
Maybe.
Well, there's a giant K on it.
yesterday, that's when I incident took place. That wasn't the same day as.
No wonder it was given to Von.
That's right. It was the day the transpired.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder.
Ooh.
And lightning.
I can't believe 2 years had gone by already.
Time flies.
When you're having.
I guess I'll just have to break into a sad musical number.
Apparently someone tried to stop you.
Time flies and everyone lies.
Detective
I
Goodman
fucking died.
dies, and the evidence locker is empty. Could Marshall actually be onto something? Ugh.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of.
Interesting.
Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. Good riddance, I'd say. From Miss Starr, I mean.
What about
What about
Detective Goodman?
Oh, that, if they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They?
The
What are
Illuminati.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's always the Illuminati.
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Ghent and Lana Sky.
Huh. Final bosses of the game, I guess.
Detective Damon Ghent and his second in command, Lana
What makes
Sky.
you think Damon Gant is the final boss?
Well, it sounds like he's at least firing people who he doesn't want involved.
It's not. Oh, come on, Shiro. Just because his first name Damon is a relative of demon. I mean, that doesn't mean he's evil.
And just
Why
because
would
the
you
man
think
has
that?
a pipe, and well, the guy has a pipe organ in his room as well. But I ain't judging.
True. Good point. Who are we to judge?
In my room, I wish.
Well, Shiro, to be fair, we saw all the traces of evil in Harry and Miracle Mask, and yet turns out he was the purest soul in that game.
True,
Yeah,
and there are quite a few characters in the Ace Attorney universe who do like to pull the stop, so I guess we
He
don't
was
have enough to
deliberate
judge
boy.
completely yet.
Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective.
Boy, everyone changed after SL9, didn't they? Now that he
Yes.
mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
That's
Tell
when
me.
everyone changed after Kill 6.
What happened to my sister?
She became a bitch. Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded.
Only if I had some device so I could look into her lies.
Yeah, good job we got the Magatop. Oh, no, wait, no, sorry, okay.
Yeah, we got a
early.
bit to wait for
Lana's
that.
secret. It all started 2 years ago.
Cut to flashback.
So there you have it. That's my story. Did
So
you
we don't
enjoy
get
it?
a flashback?
You were
This
actually
is my-
helpful. I can't believe it. It was certainly enlightening.
This is my story, and you're not part of it, partner. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy.
Aww. Finally, at least Edward
At least he has
He's
more
my
common
immortal
sense
enemy.
than, you know.
He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict.
But
But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. So you see, it turns out Edgeworth was never evil to begin with. Haha!
And the worst thing about it is the poor guy still doesn't know.
yeah.
That someone is Damon Ghent.
What? Damon Ghent is the villain?
Holy shit! I totally didn't see that coming the moment I saw
I
it.
haven't been this surprised since in the Navajo chapter where it turns out Granny was the one who had the fifth talisman.
Well,
seriously.
to be fair, I'd say Damon Ghent was hidden a little bit better than Granny with the talisman. I mean, you know.
True.
Yeah, but a little bit doesn't count for much.
Oh, I won't say it as much.
Adios, Bambina.
And, we'll
And
never
in
see
his
Marshall.
final moments, he actually gave us helpful stuff. Don't worry, dudes, we'll be
Marshall-
seeing him again later.
And Marshall disintegrated.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a thing in this universe. When you get fired from your job, you disintegrate and you never come back.
Well,
To
happy
mention that,
trails.
But don't forget that, Webs. When you get fired as a detective, apparently you also lose your brain. So
Yeah,
that
go figure.
for part 57, everybody.
Oh god, in that case, I hope Gumshoe never gets fired.
See you, everybody.
See ya.